Hey everybody, Professor Doom here, and so there's a story that's been circulating that I have been racking my brain here to figure out all of the questions to ask surrounding this story. So the story is that there was at least one reporter and possibly more. We're talking about CNN, Associated Press, and others that are being accused of being of tagging along. There's a yes, I understand that the word that they use nowadays, the in vogue word, is called embedded. The reporters were embedded with Hamas. Anyway, I like to go old school, and we're going to say that they tagged along with them. And here is the story. But I'll leave you guys links in the description box because we're not going to go through the story. All they basically state in there is that the guy admits to what he did and they basically fired him. Here's the interesting thing. Let's think about all of the questions that go along with this. One, if you take a look at all of the footage that we saw as October 7th was breaking and all of the following days after that, and we saw hostages being carried out in a Jeep or whatever, and they would have you believe that these were all Hamas agents with GoPros on. But you know what's interesting? If you take a look at some of the footage around, you don't capture one person with a GoPro capturing other people with GoPros on. So you know what I'm thinking? I'm actually thinking that there were reporters with video cameras rolling capturing this stuff. Okay. The other thing is this. I'm going to show you the image that is circulating regarding reporters that were tagging along and were on scene with Hamas as they were taking hostages out of Israel. Now, I can't definitively say in this image whether it is Hamas coming out of Israel or if it's they're already way out of Israel and the reporters are already on scene. But let's take a look at this, and I'm going to offer up, let me just show you the image, and then I'll explain myself once we look at it. So to explain myself this way, there is already a plethora of individuals who have been involved with the IDF that are stating unequivocally that October 7th was either ineptitude on the part of the government and the IDF, or it was an inside job. And the fact is no matter which way it is, both scenarios to be true are absolutely scary. One, the IDF being inept, pretty scary. Or if your government was in on the whole thing and it was an inside job, even scarier, right? Here's the thing. You're going to tell me that Hamas invited reporters to be in on this in advance. How do we know that they invited a reporter in advance? All you have to do is take a look at the middle guy right there with his helmet and his gear on. He was decked out in his protective gear from the outset. That means he knew what was going to be coming. He knew that there was going to be an incursion. He knew that there would be potential for a battle between Hamas and IDF, so he was going to be protected. Do you know what this means? What does this mean, everybody? This means that there were people outside of the circle of trusted individuals who knew that the incursion was going to happen. That means that, you ever heard of the term loose lips sink ships? So now that you have a bunch of people outside of your circle, as you can see, reporter number 1, reporter number 2, and you probably got a reporter taking these pictures right now, that's 3. But you're going to tell me that the Mossad did not know that this attack was going to be coming. You're going to tell me that the IDF was asleep with their pants down. You're going to tell me that there was a rave that early in the morning, that close to the freaking fence line. You're going to tell me that you invited reporters to be with you, but no word got back to Mossad or nothing? You trusted all of these guys unequivocally. So for the reports to say that Hamas kept their activity close to the vest, they didn't let anybody know what they were going to be doing. Iran didn't know, Hezbollah didn't know, but you got a group of reporters who were on scene with you, who knew exactly what was going to be going down. And it is indicative of that being true because the guy is decked out in all of his protective equipment right there in your face. And that makes the title of that report that we just saw, that news report, absolutely true. That reporters did know what was going to happen. And if they did, then what does that make them? What does that make them? Oh, thanks, everybody.